So, a couple things. We have 2 more lessons before your quiz. We have lesson 27 that we're going over today. We have lesson 28 that we're going over on Thursday. Take a look back at that backboard. March 9th is the next time that you'll come in next week. That's a Tuesday. So you will have off Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Tuesday, you will have a quiz. Okay? There is no review day. Everything that we're covering is either going to be solving by graphing, solving by substitution, which is what we're doing now, or solving by elimination, which is what we're going to do on Thursday. It will be a mini quiz. I think there's 6 or 7 questions. If you can solve by graphing and solve by substitution, I promise you're going to do fine. Okay? Just have to bear with me. So, today, you are going to need to know how to solve equations. Follow our steps. Montana, what's step 1?
To distribute.
What is step 1?
Oh, find the balance point.
Find the balance point. That's the same for every equation, no matter what. We're good there. Mr. Miller, what's step 2?
Distribute if needed.
Okay, no parentheses on this side. Parentheses on this side. So I'm now taking this 3 and I'm multiplying it to the y. I'm multiplying it to the positive 7. Everybody with me there? This side comes down, so I have y plus 5 equals. What's left over on this right-hand side, Maurice?
3y plus 21.
Good, because we multiplied, which is what distribute means. Everybody good there? Leah, what was your next step? Okay, is there any like terms on the same side? No. So what did you do next? Not what the rules are, what did you do next on your paper? Yeah, the variables on opposite sides. And I loved what you did, Leah. This is why I'm calling on you for this one. What did you put in front of this y? Why? How many y's were there, Leah? 1. So when it's just a blank variable and we don't have a coefficient, we know the coefficient is 1. I love that. How did you move this 1y to the other side, Leah? Perfect. So now we're combining the variables on opposite sides. 1y minus 1y is 0 y's. That leaves me with just 5. 3y minus 1 y's leaves me with 2 y's plus 21. Okay. Well, now we're back to an easier equation. Ms. Meeks, now what?
We have to isolate the variable.
Not yet.
Or no, combine constants on opposite sides.
Okay, so what are my constants on opposite sides?
The 5 and the positive 21.
Good. Do I want to move 5 to the 21 or 21 to the 5?
21 to the 5.
How do I move a positive 21?
Subtract it.
Okay, so we're going to subtract 21 from both sides. That leaves me with 2y equals what? Use your calculators. Make sure that you've gotten the right answer. Ms. Lowe? -16. Ms. Lowe, how excited were you that I sang happy birthday in your RISE class? Did that just make your day?
Sure.
Your face is a little red, Bailey. Like, your mom told me to embarrass you. I can't help that.
You don't have to listen to her.
I did.
You don't.
No, well, your mom pays my salary as a taxpayer, so therefore I need to listen to her. Okay, what's my last step? Sammy, do you know what my last step is here to how to isolate the y? I have 2 times y. What's the opposite of 2 times y?
Divide.
By?
2.
Very good. So we're going to divide by 2. That leaves me with y equals -8. Now, this property, we can flip it, and we can get y equals -8. That's the same thing. Everybody with me there? Give me a thumbs up if you got y equals -8. Okay, if you did not, does this kind of bring back some memories of how we're solving equations? Because you're going to have to know how to solve equations today. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay, I want a different color. That's what's going to make you laugh? Really, Bailey? That joke is what makes you laugh? Oh my goodness. You guys are children. Huh? Well, Levi laughs at everything. Watch. Levi. Banana. See, like, it doesn't matter. Levi's going to laugh. Okay. Here we go. Solve the system by graphing. Is there anybody who is able to solve it without graphing? Oh, man, because you should. So, if you watched lesson 26, it's a brand new marker. See, that one works. Stupid blue. Okay, so in lesson 26, when we're graphing, I asked you to find two things for each equation. Maya, what two things do we need to find for this equation? What two things do we always need to find to graph? M and B, our slope and our y-intercept. And the slope is the important one today. What is my slope, Maya? Thank you. -3 divided by 2. And what's my y-intercept? Okay, so my slope is -3/2. Ms. Snow, what two things do I need to find for this bottom equation? M and B, which is my slope and my y-intercept. Again, M is what matters. So what's my slope here, Ms. Snow? Good, and what's my y-intercept? Okay, so why am I stressing the slope? Because if the slopes are the same and the y-intercepts are different, the lines are going to be parallel. And that matters. So if I graph this, and it won't be a perfect graph, but it will work for us. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Okay. So my first point is at +4, going down 1, 2, 3 over 1 over 2. My second graph is at -1, going down 1, 2, 3 over 1 over 2. Are those two lines ever going to intersect? When the slopes are the same, that means the lines are parallel. Think about train tracks, right? If those two tracks kind of intersect, that train's coming off the rails and we got a problem. Parallel means they will never intersect. If they never intersect, we cannot have an answer for our solution. So when the slopes are the same, the answer is no solution. And that is important. But it's not just if the slopes are the same. If the slopes are the same and the y-intercepts are different. If the slopes are the same and the y-intercepts are the same, it's the same line, which means it's infinitely many solutions. Different y-intercepts, same slope, it will be no solution. And that's in the video. So if you're like, man, I don't remember this at all, go back to lesson 26 and take notes. Questions? Okay. You need a piece of paper out, pencil, and a calculator. You don't even need your packet at this point. Levi, don't bring my coffee.
No,
Huh?
I won't.
You promise? You will.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, it's going to be a lot of work, so I just want to number them and take them on there. But I don't remember that. Okay. I hope, since your only homework was to watch the video, and you only had one video, that you watched it and took good notes. But I'm not a first-year teacher. I'm not naive. I know that most of you Didn't. So here's what we were doing. Systems by, I don't know why I put a colon. Systems by substitution. We are going to solve a system by substitution. Now, we've already solved systems by graphing. 99% of the time when we solve systems by graphing, how are we finding the answer? Which point do we want when we find the answer of a system by graphing? What do you think? So if you have to go to your notes, go to your notes. How do we know what the answer is when we solve it by graphing? What has to happen? Where is the answer going to be? Come on, I need you to go in your notes.
Where the lines intersect?
Say it again, Levi, loud.
Where the lines intersect?
Where the lines intersect. There, 99% of the time, when we solve systems, there is one answer. That's the only time the equations are equal. When we're solving a system, we're looking for a time where the two equations are equal. Listen again. When we solve systems, no matter how we're solving systems, we are looking for a time when they are equal. Everybody with me? Okay. Don't drink my coffee. I know you like caffeine. You drink that Mountain Dew stuff all the time. So, we are doing number one on the worksheet. You're going to need more room than what's on this worksheet, which is why I said, hey, get out another piece of paper. So you're going to want to label this. Number one is, and it doesn't have this bracket, but again, when you see systems, 9 times out of 10, you're going to see this bracket. And we have y equals 6x minus 11 and negative 2x minus 3y equals negative 7. And you might say to me, Mr. H, why can't I just graph? And my answer is you can. But there's a caveat here. When you graph, it is not always accurate. It is not always accurate. Okay? Because again, remember how I said, is that exactly at 3 or is it like 3.00005? We don't know for sure. When we solve by substitution, it will be 100% accurate. There is no guessing game. So, how do we solve by substitution? The first thing we're going to look for is, are one of the variables already isolated in the equation? What does isolated mean? Maurice? By itself. Are one of the variables in either of these equations already by itself? Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Which one? Top or bottom?
Bottom.
There's a variable already by itself here?
Oh, no. I meant top.
Top. Which variable is by itself?
Y.
Okay. So, your first question to yourself is there a variable already isolated? Miller Boy has said yes. What does y equal? What does y equal? Tell me, Maya, what does y equal?
6x minus 11.
Oh, so where I see y, it is 6x minus 11. Okay? This is substitution. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this portion and say, wherever I see a y in my other equation, I'm going to substitute in. So I'm taking this and I'm substituting in y. And I can see the looks on your faces, Mr. H, you've already lost me. Hey, give me one question. After one question, you go, oh, that's not too bad. So now I rewrite negative 2x minus 3. And remember, just like any other time we substitute in, we put it in parentheses. What's going in place of y? Go ahead. Oh, Faith.
6x
6x. Keep saying it.
minus 11.
Yeah. So we're replacing all of that. Because everything that y is 6x minus 11 equals negative 7. So here was step 1. Here's step 2 of substitution. Now we need to solve. Do we know how to solve equations? Well, I would hope so. We just did it. So I'm going to give you a minute solve the equation. I'm going to come around. If you have questions, ask. Solve the equation. Start working through it. Solve the equation. Use your rules on the anchor chart in the back of the room. Do you need another pencil? Hmm?
Yeah. Thank you.
Seeing good work so far, folks. Good job. So I've put the first step up there. Double check to make sure that you did the distributing right. For the most part, as I went around, you guys did fine with that. Thank you. And I said, Mr. H, you're dumb. You made a mistake. I forgot to bring down the -7. I'm sorry. Thank you. You did it quietly. You didn't call me out like that, but I have no problem with you calling me out. Like your boots. Oh. Huh? Oh, thank you. I was keeping it there for good luck. Now I'm not going to have good luck. Okay, so we distributed. Now we're combining like terms on the same side. -2x's minus 18 more x's is -20 x's. The positive 33 comes on down. Equals -7. Everybody still with me here? So now this is where we get a little bit trickier. We want to move things away from our x. We're trying to isolate it. So the inverse of positive 33 is -33. 33 plus a -33 is 0. That's the additive inverse property. -20x comes down. Leaves me -40. Everybody still with me? Most of us got through this part, and this is where I saw a couple of mistakes. We're dividing not by 20, but by -20. That leaves me x equals +2. That leaves me x equals +2. So now I've got my third step. I've solved for one of my variables. Remember, when we're solving a system, at least when we were doing it by graphing, we were looking for where those lines intersected, which means it was an ordered pair. Guess what? We still want an ordered pair. Right now, we've only got an x value. That goes, thank you, baby. That goes in for my x coordinate. Hi, Caitlin. Can you go this way so you're not on the computer? Sorry. Okay, so we now have an x value. What have we not found yet? What do we still need to find? Say it loud. The y. So, substitution. We've substituted in once. And now we have to substitute again. So now I bring out this equation. I've got y equals 6x minus 11. What is x?
2.
2. So now I say y equals 6 multiplied by 2 minus 11. Y equals 12 minus 11. Y equals 1. So I'm solving equations twice. And then I have my answer. Is substitution more work? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Why is substitution a better choice? Because it is the most accurate that you know right now. Between graphing and substitution, substitution will always give you the right answer. Especially, what if our answer was like negative 73, 45? Do you want to graph something and have to graph all the way down to negative 73? No. So this helps us solve bigger problems as well. Questions so far? So step 1, we see if there's a variable already isolated. Step 2, we substitute in. Step 3, we solve. Step 4, we substitute again. Step 5, we solve. So it's really 5 steps-ish. And you're like, man, Mr. H, that was confusing. Yeah, I know. That's only one time. Can we try another one? Okay. Let's go to number 2. And it's all right to be a little confused. This isn't easy. My algebra kiddos have trouble with this. Trust me, they're still having a little bit of trouble with this. It's all right to be like, I don't quite get it yet. But you have myself and you have Mr. Colwyn here. So if you have a question, raise your hand. One of the two of us will be able to help you out. Can you see all this over here? Oh, we can. Okay. So here's what I want you to do. You're in your groups. I want you to try to do at least the first 2 steps. See if there's something that's isolated, and then substitute it in. So talk it over. I want to hear you talking with the people at your groups. Go ahead. So in order to talk, you physically have to open your mouths and your tongue and your mouth, and blah, blah, blah. Like you need to actually do that. I know, it's, this class is extremely smart, but it's like it's brand new in the morning and nobody wants to make me look good. It's fine. Hey, it's no problems. No problems. I love you guys anyway. Well, most of you guys. Sorry. Right? No, you know why, Miller? Because we said, hey, we're going to match on a Monday. And guess what happened? I came in and what you said we were going to match in, and did you come in with that? No, you didn't. I looked. I was sad. I was supposed to have a twin, little boy. Like I came in dressed up like you, and you didn't come in dressed up like me. It's all right. No, my feelings are fine. My feelings aren't hurt at all, Miller boy. It's good. You're still not talking. Just throwing it out there. I know it's Tuesday mornings like your Monday with me, but talk, yay! Okay. Have you been able to keep up with the videos? Have you been watching any of them? Okay. So, which one of these already has a variable isolated? Top or bottom? Ms. Snow? Bottom. The bottom one. So, y is by itself. Question so far. So we're going to substitute it in. Which equation do we substitute it in to? Faith?
The top.
The top. Y is x minus 1. So it goes in for y. Bailey, do you feel confident telling me what to write for the substitution? Can you try it?
2x minus 3 parentheses x minus 1 parentheses equals -1.
There, 5. Okay? We substitute all of this because y is x minus 1 in for y. So we're now back to solving. Yes? Solve. Let's go. Mr. Cole, can I have you come? Yeah. Thank you. I'll be right back. Montana, first step.
Find balance point.
Second step.
Distribute
What am I distributing?
the -3.
Awesome. Make sure you include the sign. So we're distributing the -3. Love it. 2x comes down. -3x plus 3 equals -1. Who haven't I talked to a lot? Maurice, you heard me?
Yes.
Good, help me. What's my next?
Combine my terms for all sides.
Okay, so what am I going to combine?
The 2x and the -3x.
Okay, Maurice, tough question. What is 2x minus 3x?
-1x.
Very good, sir. -1x. Do I need to put the coefficient of -1 there? Can I just put a -x? Yeah. So +3 equals -1. Ms. Meeks?
You have to subtract 3.
Beautiful. Out of inverse, that leaves me with 0, leaves me -1x equals -4. And then, who's got this last step? Good, Maya.
That's a variable.
How?
Divide -1 on each side.
Very good. Divide both sides by -1, which leaves me with x equals +4. Hey, so now we have 4 comma. Am I done?
No.
Because remember, we're looking for an ordered pair. So what am I going to do at this point?
We're going to bring the y equals x minus 1 down to this side.
Oh boy, coming in strong. Then what?
And then you're going to make the x the 4.
Okay, do I still want to put it in parentheses?
Yes.
Always. Whenever we substitute in, I want you to get into the habit of putting it in parentheses. Okay? Then, what's 4 minus 1?
3.
Very good. Questions? Okay, so you did a lot of that one on your own. I'm going to leave that one up there. Let's go to number 3. So you are doing number 3 on your own. Let's see what you come up with. And when I say on your own, can you work together? Yeah, I would love it if you worked together. Do I want you to move? No. Get started. So your Jack plus secret, that's all. See what you did. So 5x, this is y. So it's going in for y, not x. Okay? Because it's y is. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There you go. Man, I'm seeing a lot of really, really good work. I am super proud of you guys. Super proud. Good job. Okay. Maya, which equation are we going to substitute into?
Y equals negative 3x plus 5.
So we're going to take this one and substitute it into which variable?
Y.
In for y. Love it. So now I've got 5x minus. And here's one of the mistakes that I saw. This is a common mistake. We forget to take away the y. We've substituted in for the y, so we no longer need the y, okay? And I saw this on a couple papers. We no longer need that y because y is negative 3x plus 5. So now we solve my equation. Distribute, distribute. You're checking your work. So x equals positive 1. Give me one moose antler if we got x equals positive 1. Yeah, we saw about 70% of this class get x equals positive 1, which is awesome. So now I've got 1 comma. And we got to go again. Where am I going to substitute this 1 into, Maurice? Very good. It's going to get substituted into y equals negative 3x plus 5. And now I've got y equals negative 3 times 1 plus 5. Y equals negative 3 plus 5. Y equals positive 2. And I saw a good amount of students getting 1 comma 2. And I couldn't be more proud. Questions so far? Okay. Now we're going to do one trickier one. Let's go to number 8. So now we're going to number 8. Negative 7x minus 2y equals negative 13. X minus 2y equals 11. So what was the first question that we had to ask ourselves? Maya?
Is there an actual variable?
Okay, is there an isolated variable? In this top equation, is there a variable already by itself? In this bottom equation, is there a variable already by itself? Hannah's saying yes. Which variable?
X.
So x is here. It has a coefficient of 1, which is great. But what's on the same side? Oh, so is it completely by itself? Can we get it by itself, though? So sometimes there's not a variable completely by itself, so you have to get it by itself. How can I get x all by itself? What do I need to move in order to get x by itself? What do you think, Hannah?
Negative 2y.
How do I move 2y to the other side?
Add it.
Oh, so now I have, so here's another question. Can I combine the 11 and 2y? No. So now I have x equals 2y plus 11. Wait a minute. I now have a variable isolated. But it's a little different from what we've been doing. What variable is isolated this time? X. So what are we going to substitute into? The x. All I want you to do is take this and substitute. Don't do anything else. Don't start solving. Take your new equation and substitute, please. So take your new equation and substitute, please. Nice job. Hey, Bailey Lowe. Where is this going? Into the what?
7. X.
It's going into 7. How about you tell me what to write?
Okay.
Let's do that.
Negative 7, parentheses, 2y plus 11, parentheses, times 2y equals negative 2.
Okay. I knew you knew what you were talking about. You were just having a little bit of trouble. We're substituting this into the top equation into x, because now x is 2y plus 11. So all I've done is I've taken this down here. Everybody with me? Okay, hey, now we're back to the beginning again. This is the same steps. Solve, go. I want you to finish this problem just like you did the third one. You can solve this, use each other. Let's see what you guys can come up with. Proud of you, you've been working really hard. I know this isn't easy. So you have to solve that equation. Wow, guys, I am really, really proud of what you're doing. You're making not so easy stuff look really easy. Yep, solve the whole thing. If you're able to solve it and find y, go ahead and solve for x as well. Simplify, right? Well, I guess it should be. What is this number? What is that number? Times 2, what's the negative 10 positive? What's the negative 10 positive? Okay. Oh, great job, Maurice. Maurice didn't get tricked up. I'm assuming some of you are going to get tricked up. Okay, here we go. So first step is to distribute after we find the balance point. I saw a lot of us having some trouble with the negatives. That gives me negative 14y minus 77 minus 2y equals negative 13. You have calculators, so make sure you help me here. Combine like terms on the same side. Negative 14 minus 2 is negative 16y's minus 77 equals negative 13. Add 77, add 77. That should give me negative 16y equals positive 64. Double check, make sure I'm right, but I am. I'm awesome. All right, Levi? Yeah? Oh, Levi just nodded. Levi said I'm awesome. That just made my day. Levi, thank you. I'm smiling behind my mask, man. It's awesome. Okay, thanks. From here, I divide by negative 16. I divide by negative 16. Y then leaves me with negative 4. Does everybody agree? Give me a thumbs up if we got that. Now, here's where I expected you to make your mistakes. So far, all we've been solving for is x. I expected you to put it over here, but it's y. Y goes in that second portion of the ordered pair. Almost done, Hannah. Questions there? Last but not least, we substitute in. So now I have x equals 2y plus 11. X equals 2 times negative 4 plus 11. X equals negative 8 plus 11. X equals positive 3. I know Maurice got it right. Who else got this one right? Give me thumbs up. Beautiful. Questions, concerns, problemos. You will have a graded warm-up on Thursday. There will be 2 questions. One will be solved by graphing. One will be solved by substitution. It will be a graded warm-up, or a graded exit ticket, I guess. Everybody with me? Great work today. There will be 1 new video to watch. Make sure you do so.